This is exactly what the Panthers needed to see. With a few bad injuries making Panthers fans cautious last week, these two players look to provide some excitement on both sides of the football. What's going on, guys? It is Tanner Blue, Carolina Panthers Digest Media. Hope you're doing well. Happy Monday. Thanks for joining us. As always, talking Carolina Panthers football. Guys, you know the drill. Before we get started, please make sure to like and subscribe. We are on the road to 200 subscribers, getting close, and couldn't do it without you. So thank you so much for tuning in and really showing your support, getting engaged in the comments, talking about the topics that we've been discussing in the video. So really appreciate that. So make sure to like and subscribe and continue to follow us on this journey as we go through Panthers training camp leading up to the preseason and then the regular season. So last week, Panthers training camp kicks off. Unfortunately, we start with really two bad doses of medicine. Talking about injuries, we know Jaycee, Horn, Taylor Moton going to be out for a little bit. And then, unfortunately, on the first day of training camp, it's Nick Scorton, the sophomore, who was really everyone was hoping to have a fantastic season, going down with an ACL injury. It's doom and gloom. The season's over. Panthers fans, throw in the towel. What are we going to do? Well, I'm here to provide a little bit of excitement, I think, and something to hopefully get Panthers fans excited because we still got a ways to go, okay? You have to keep moving. The ball keeps rolling. So I got two guys that it looks like so far have had a pretty good camp. Two guys specifically on one side of the ball on offense and then one on defense. So let's talk about them. I want to give a shout out to our guy who I think was under the most pressure in training camp, Xavier Legette. It's no secret that Xavier had a rough second season last year, struggling with injuries, drops, and just confidence, and just overall just a bad season for the sophomore last year. So coming into his third year, really looking to prove people wrong, really looking to make an example, and show why he was a first-round pick, because you saw the emergence of Jalen Coker, you saw the draft of Chris Brazzell, really trying to go for that number 3 position. So what has Xavier done so far in camp to potentially give some people some hope? Let's take a look at this article here from Panthers.com. Mr. Darren Gant giving us the news, essentially saying at the top there that while a lot of people were surprised by Chris Brazzell on the first 2 days at camp, Sunday morning in the rain, Xavier Legette reminds people of what he's capable of too. The 30-year wideout made several nice grabs on a day where the offense as a whole was moving well. The touchdown catch in the back of the end zone during red zone work was nice, but he made plays throughout the day. In one-on-ones, he overcame a handsy coverage from cornerback Robert Rochelle and laid out to bring a deep ball down the sideline. So that's what you like to see. You like to see the consistency with the hands, bringing in those passes with his hands, and just overall knowing where you are on the football field, and just a general consistency and confidence when being at the receiver position. That's all you can ask for from Xavier Legette. And if he can continue to do this and parlay this into the preseason, make some plays, and then go into the regular season with a lot of confidence, I think we can see some good football. So really excited to see that from Xavier Legette. Also to add to that article, wanted to see here what Dave Canales said about this as well. Just a great carryover from the spring, talking about OTAs. Panthers head coach Dave Canales said, at this point now, X knows the system. The cool part is, as we bring free agents, as we bring rookies in, they see X and he knows how to do it all, whether it's in the base game plan, third downs, nuances in the red zone, all the different things. He knows how to do it, but just matching it with consistency. He looks fast, he looks powerful, he's having a great camp so far as we get started, and I'm excited to see where he goes from here. So really good stuff there from head coach Dave Canales. Always been a believer in his players. Really seems to believe in Xavier Legette. And if you've seen any photos of him from training camp, he's big, he's lean, he looks to be in great shape. He looks like he's really worked hard this offseason to get into shape. So really hoping for a good season from Xavier Legette. And another guy, Mike Kay, one of the better reporters out there covering the Panthers, putting in a tweet here saying Xavier Legette was getting mugged and held throughout on a go route, and Bryce Young put it exactly where it needed to be on the end zone, and 17 made a fantastic catch for a touchdown in one-on-one. So great to hear Xavier Legette making progress in training camp. So we know that it is just camp. We've seen guys do it before, and then when the lights come on, Unfortunately, it doesn't translate, but let's hope for our sake Xavier Legette is able to take what he's doing in camp, put it in the preseason, put it in the regular season, and let's get this thing rolling, man. Let's get this Panthers offense going where it needs to be. Glad to see XL doing well in camp so far. But he is not the only player that is, coming out here to training camp and showing up. There's another guy on defense, a guy that flew under the radar a little bit last year, and unfortunately got hurt near the end of the season and he missed some time. But when he got time as a rookie, he was playing some good football. And that guy is going to be Mr. Cory Thornton. Cory Thornton, really a solid defensive player last year at the cornerback position. The Panthers going through injuries. Jaycee Horn was out for some time. Mike Jackson would get a little banged up here and there. Shaw Smith-Wade, guys like that. Really looking to solidify that corner, that nickel position, and maybe that number 2 if another guy goes out. And Cory Thornton really showed up last year until he got injured. So he was able to do some really nice things last season. So let's take a look at a few tweets from over the weekend for people and see what they think about Cory Thornton's performance. Chris McLean, who hosts a show in Charlotte on WFNZ, good show there. He puts out a tweet saying, taking in Panthers camp, and it took about 10 minutes to see Cory Thornton make a play. This dude is such an underrated baller. Underrated baller indeed he is. Really looking to show up this season on defense in a fully healthy offseason. This would be fantastic. The Panthers, something they really lacked at times is depth at that secondary position. You got 1 or 2 guys, but if someone goes down, man, you could be in a tough position. You can never have too much depth in the NFL. And having a guy like Cory Thornton, a rookie, a young guy who's physical, likes to play the ball, and isn't afraid to tackle, good to see that he's making some plays there. But, hey, he is not the only one that was talking about making some plays. Sheena Quick, another great reporter that covers the Panthers, also adding Cory Thornton had an impressive PBU in 7-on-7s covering T-Mac, playmaker, #Panthers. The guy, he just finds a way to be physical and be near the football and make plays. What more could you ask for a rookie cornerback last season going into his second season this year? So really excited to see what a guy like Cory Thornton can do. Like I said, Jaycee Horn, as good as he is, has struggled with injuries. Mike Jackson going into a contract season. He's going to have a big year. He's going to command some money. So really needing to find someone in between that to make things happen in the secondary. If guys get hurt with an injury or if someone else goes to another team in the future, well, you're looking at a guy like Cory Thornton who could potentially take that spot. So shout out to both of these guys. Really playing some good football in camp so far. I know we've faced a few injuries. I know we've had some a bad start to the beginning of training camp, but just wanted to highlight 2 guys here on both sides of the football who seem to be making some really good plays, and hopefully they can continue to do that. I do want to add, yes, there are other guys that have been making plays as well. Chris Brazzell, as they mentioned in the article, doing some stuff. I think Shaw Smith-Wade has made some plays as well. So these aren't the only 2 guys, just 2 guys that I wanted to highlight that I think are having a nice training camp so far. So, guys, before you get out of here, make sure to like and subscribe. Really would appreciate it. And as always, keep pounding, and we'll see you on the next video.